What's up, guys? Max Scoville here for IGN. With me, the lovely Marty Sleva.
Oh, hi, Max.
Hey.
Hey.
So I got some bad news, Marty.
Don't.
Uncharted 4
Okay.
has been delayed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Is that bad news?
I don't think it's bad news.
I don't think it's bad news either.
Bruce Straley and Neil Druckmann took to the PlayStation blog and said, hey, Uncharted 4 is way more ambitious than we thought, and, you know, Naughty Dog isn't one to release a rush job, so the game's going to be delayed till spring 2016. First off, is this surprising to you?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not one bit.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't even... I didn't believe that it was coming out this year.
Totally.
I think I ignored that announcement and was just like, that's not true.
Yeah.
Like, I just, at this point, with games of this scale for this current generation, I don't think developers have figured out, or developers might have, but I don't think maybe marketing has figured out how long it takes to make a functional game on these systems.
No, totally, absolutely. And I mean, that was 9 months ago when the game was revealed at E3 with like a really quick trailer. And then at the PSX just a couple months ago back in December, we saw the actual gameplay, but it was one of those, like, this doesn't feel like it's going to come out in 2015. If this game is as sort of big and crazy, and if it's as, you know, has to be Naughty Dog's follow-up to The Last of Us, which was just everyone's game of the year.
Right.
They're not gonna rush it. It's not gonna come out and be broken or have some hackneyed portions
so
of it.
why announce it at all? You know, I mean, it's one of those questions we're never gonna get a straight answer about.
I mean, it's less an announcement. It's more just this epidemic of announcing a game too early, which has been happening. I mean, since last gen, stuff like The Last Guardian, Agent, announcing a game too early and then strapping a release date on it. I mean, it was like a year ago when Arkham Knight was revealed, like, hey, it's coming out in October, and then it seemed like less than a month later, it was like, oh no, it actually got delayed 9 months.
Yeah, I remember seeing, I think that was about, it was this time last year.
GDC, yeah.
I saw that at GDC, and the demo they had was just, it was like running just a completely laggy frame rate, and they were like, this isn't, we're gonna work on this, and I'm like, this isn't coming out in October. That's not true. That's just not gonna happen.
Like, there are plenty of games coming out in October and in December.
It's totally fine. I just feel like we're at a point where the games that are gonna be coming out in, you know, spring 2016 or whatever, like Q1, Q2, they might as well just, I don't know business stuff, but I feel like they might as well just push that to that following holiday season and announce those at the E3 beforehand, because that was originally the entire point of E3, was to be like, here's what's coming out this fall.
Yeah, totally.
It's a trade show.
Yeah.
And we've gotten this weird pre-order culture of just generating so much hype surrounding games. Sorry for when we do that, guys. It's part of our job description. We're supposed to fuel the engines of the old hype train so it goes full steam ahead. But I mean, you know, we like to get excited about games. We like to talk about them. But I think take a game, for instance, like Watch Dogs. That was our first next-gen title we saw.
Yeah.
And by the time that game came out, I'd completely lost interest in it because we'd been waiting almost 2 years to play it. Yeah,
we saw it. We just kept seeing it after E3 after E3. It got delayed a couple times. And the game came out and it was good, but it was just one of those, man, we have been oversaturated with it. I don't think spring's actually become a pretty good time to release a game. You see this year, a little game like, not a little game, but like something under the radar like Dying Light, that would have came out in October, that would have gotten crushed, whereas it comes out in January and tons of people are playing it.
Yeah, I think it's weird from our perspective because it's typically the whole year is kind of building up to review season, which historically was in the fall, and then all the games come out for Christmas time, and mom gets them, and the kids don't like them anyway, and they get mad. But it's like, I honestly, personally wish that more games were coming out, you know, January, February, because that's when the weather is the worst, and when I want to spend all my time inside playing games anyway. Totally. It gets dark at 2 in the afternoon, and you just want to cry all the time.
I don't know where you live.
I don't know. I've got seasonal issues.
You go up north.
But really, it's like,
no, I completely agree.
It's weird.
And we have those this year, especially with Sony with The Order and with Bloodborne and a lot of cool indie games.
So yeah, the big question is, what is Sony going to be putting out this fall? Because they got to have something.
And I mean, obviously they have all the momentum, you know, over 20 million units out there. They're ahead of Microsoft. But this fall, Microsoft, you know, in theory, are going to have Forza, they're going to have Halo 5, and they're going to have Rise of the Tomb Raider. So, I mean, what does Sony put up against that? They have Until Dawn, but that's probably going to come out in the summer.
I don't think that's really for everybody.
No, absolutely not. An M-rated horror game.
Exactly.
So, do you think they're going to announce stuff at E3?
I think that they're leaning very heavily. Absolutely, they're announcing stuff at E3. Yeah. I think they're leaning very heavily on the fact that they have the lead in just system sales, and that, you know, by most of the copies of whatever the big third-party things that are coming out for multi-platform are probably going to sell for PS4.
Yeah,
that's just the reality.
Yeah.
Fallout 4, we're probably going to see that at E3. I feel like that's not too much of a long shot.
Totally, yeah.
And it's, I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of what the first-party studios are working on. Like, we are probably going to see more of actual what God of War is or anything else Santa Monica is working on. If Sony Bend is working on a Siphon Filter game, what Media Molecule is up to, if Guerrilla's second IP is anywhere close to being done. And then the bird dog in the room is The Last Guardian.
Yeah.
I mean, what if that gets re-announced and then all of a sudden it's coming out this fall?
Sure. Yeah. And then it actually comes out this fall. That would be pretty weird.
Yeah. That'd be.
I mean, really, I think that hopefully this delay is kind of as a reminder, because this has happened so many times, and it really kills the enthusiasm. It kills the hype when here's a thing that you're going to get soon. You're not going to get it that soon.
Yeah.
According to what I was once told at some point, which was already one delay in, I should be, I don't know, 30, 40 hours into The Witcher 3 right now.
Yeah.
But I'm not, because that doesn't come out until May or whenever, you know?
Yeah,
and that means it's going to be a better game, but at the same time, it sucks to have to wait around and kind of just...
Totally. But yeah, I mean, there was the Miyamoto quote where the delayed game's delayed, but a rushed game goes to the Peachtree Dance.
I don't think that's exactly what he said.
It was a translation.
The basic idea is that a broken game that comes out and is rushed is always going to be bad.
Yes.
And a good game that's finished is always going to be good. You know,
there was something with the Peachtree Dance in there. But
okay, I don't know what the Peachtree Dance is, but I'm glad that you took my mind to that place, Marty. That's good. What do you guys think? Are you pissed off by this news? Do you wish we could get Uncharted sooner, even if it meant that occasionally Nathan Drake's face disappeared? Bug or feature, if you ask me. He's handsome, maybe too handsome. Marty's also handsome.
Oh, that's really nice of you.
You can follow Marty on Twitter. He's McBiggity. I'm Max Scoville. Hop in the comments. Let's talk about this. What are you hoping to see this holiday season? And as always, for all your video game coverage, delayed or not, keep it right here on IGN.